Why doesn't a basketball bounce forever? If you drop a basketball and don't dribble it, what happens to the basketball? The familiar pattern of a ball bouncing to smaller and smaller heights before coming to rest is not unique to basketballs. Tennis balls, golf balls, and many other objects behave in a similar way when dropped. Why don't basketballs and other bouncy balls bounce forever? In this activity, we'll use rubber balls and your knowledge of energy to develop an explanation. In this activity, we'll be investigating the behavior of a bouncy ball. You'll need a rubber bouncy ball, in this case I use a tennis ball, a hard smooth floor, and a meter stick, and a smartphone to record your results. So, I started from a height of 100 centimeters, and I dropped down the ball, and it went up to 62 cm. Then, after another bounce, it went to 40 cm. Then third bounce is 25 cm. And fourth bounce is 16 cm. Let's use this evidence from our experiment to support the following claim. The total energy of the ball Earth system changed as the ball bounced. Well, the height of the ball's bounce decreased after it touched the ground because the energy was transferred and scattered. Now we know that energy is conserved. It cannot be created or destroyed. Still, the total energy of the ball to Earth system changed. But where did the lost energy go? It is transformed into other or less ordered forms of energy and dissipated into the surroundings. Now let's see a model of the bouncing ball showing the energy transformations and transfers which took place throughout the four bounce motion. The GPE, or the greatest gravitational potential energy, was at the highest point before the ball is released, because GPE depends on height. Therefore, it is at its maximum at the peak of the first drop. The greatest kinetic energy was just before the first impact with the ground. As the ball falls, nearly all of its initial GPE has been transformed into KE, or kinetic energy, reaching maximum speed right before hitting the surface. Now, the greatest total energy was at the initial starting position, the 100 cm mark. Because energy is conserved, but real-world systems are not closed. With every bounce, energy is transferred to the surroundings. So the total mechanical energy is at its peak before any motion begins. Now, from GPE to KE, it occurs as the ball falls. The height decreases while speed increases. At the exact moment of impact, KE transforms into elastic potential energy as the ball deforms, then back into KE as it rebounds. Now that we've collected and analyzed data for 4 bounces, let's see if we can predict the ball's behavior during a 5th bounce. Now, if the ball bounced a 5th time, I estimated what height it would reach after colliding with the floor, and I predicted it would be about 6 centimeters, probably 6 cm, because there's not much energy left in the ball, so it'll bounce lower. Now it's time to test our prediction. So we went for a 4th bounce, then the 5th bounce, and it went up to 11 centimeters, so I was just about 3 cm off from my prediction. So, why doesn't a basketball bounce forever? A basketball doesn't bounce forever because it loses kinetic energy with every impact, converting it into heat, sound, and material deformation. Because some energy is lost on every bounce, the height of the bounce decreases, leading to a finite number of bounces. Amazing, right?